You ever seen a 2 months old baby running? Like a child that is 2 months running on their two legs. I bet you if you've seen a child like that, you probably were running with the child or running away from the child and shouting abomination. Because why would a 2 months old baby be running on their 2 feet? Just cast your mind back to memory when you were 2 months old. I just want you to go down memory lane, okay? Take that trip for me. While you are at it, allow me to reintroduce myself. Hi, Vibers. Welcome to episode 3 of My 2 cents on Vibing with Stacia. I remain your host, Stacia. And hey, I just coined Vibers because I felt that's going to give us a sense of community. So if you recognize me somewhere else, anyway, you could always say, hey, Stacia, I'm a Viber. Or something like that. I thought it was really cute. Let me know if it's cute. If you don't like it, we'll scrap it, but I love it for you. So welcome to this new episode. If you're new here, we love to have you. Kindly subscribe, turn on the notification button to get this content every Sunday. And to my OGs who've stuck with me from inception, thank you so much. So back to that trip. Did you get down to memory lane? Did you recall yourself running at 2 months? I bet you weren't, because as a child, a 2 months old child, I wasn't running. So when you give birth to a project, to a gig, you start chasing your dreams, you start up a business, you start up something, you start up a page, or you start showing up for yourself. You don't expect to see instant results or see the results in 2 months. Good things take time, and sometimes when we start out, we have this get rich quick mentality. We have this, if we can skip phases and just get to the good part. Everybody wants to get to when it's glamorous, when it's easy, when it's beautiful. Nobody really wants to go through when it's hard, when it's difficult. But this is the truth. You can't skip phases in life. You have to go through those phases to learn, to grow, and to become who you were destined to be. Now, let me break it down for you. Yeah, and I'll give practical examples. If I am weighing 200 kg today, and I want to drop off 100, I want to get down to 100. I can't lose 100 kg in 2 months. It's not possible. Even if I decide to starve myself for 2 months, I won't drop that weight. And this is the thing. It might be possible to starve myself almost to death in 2 months to drop that weight, but then it comes with their consequences, drastic health complications, which makes losing the weight worthless. Because why would I want to lose weight and become super sick, right? I enjoy watching people's transformation videos on Instagram. You know why? Because you see them, they give you the time frame when they started. So someone at 200 kg, someone at 300. You see them, it takes them 2 years, 3 years, but they stayed consistent to what they were chasing, to their dreams, to the version of themselves they wanted to create. And over 2 years, over a year, over 3 years, they got to their goal, right? Now, those parts of going through those phases, that's what I call the crawling phase, where it is difficult, where you're learning, when you're failing, when it's hard, when you're frustrated, you're putting in the work, but you can't see the result. Those are your crawling phase. Why I say this, because have you seen a child crawling? Like, have you seen a child crawling? I believe it's from their frustration. The frustration of they want to work, they're seeing adults working, and they want to get to something, but they just can't. So they get on all fours and crawl. But as frustrating as that phase is, when you see a child, they are so determined. Like, you keep the child down on the chair, the child will jump down because the child wants to go and get that ball and crawl as fast as they can to get the ball. There is determination. And that's what your crawling phase teaches you. It teaches you determination, it teaches you consistency, it teaches you values, it teaches you a never give up spirit. Like, that attitude, it imbibes it in you. Because when you see a child doesn't give up. They crawl, and then one day they attempt to stand, And before you know, they are walking and then they are running. It's a gradual process, you grow into it. So most times when you start out, don't think that you're going to get overnight success. No. Even if you have, I was listening to a podcast, and the guy said he has been podcasting, but he's been doing audio podcasts. And the very first time he went, and he had massive following on his audio podcast. The very first time he did a video podcast, he had only 100 and something views for someone who had massive following in the audio. So even with his massive following, his first was not an overnight success, right? It's a gradual thing. Like, you have to build it. Your crawling phases are not your worst phases. In fact, they're your foundation. The attitude you carry through your crawling phase shapes your running, your walking and your running phases, right? The determination you carry is what's going to get you to your running phase. Like, it doesn't just, you can't skip it. Most children will start crawling at different, some at 8, some at 6, some at 9 months, some even a year. Everybody have different timelines. And this is what brings me to my first point of reference today. Your story is uniquely yours. I'll say that again. Your story is uniquely yours. You can start today. They probably gave birth to you today, gave birth to Jane today. Jane can start crawling by 6 months. And you can take 12 months. Jane can start running at 8. And you will take 2 years. Your story is uniquely yours. Don't compare yourself with someone, even if you all started at the same time. Don't compare yourself with someone. Don't look at them and say, oh, why are they running when I'm still crawling? Why are they walking when I am still attempting to crawl? Your story is uniquely you. Most times, the mistake we make is comparing ourselves, our journey, to someone else's, or trying to make someone else's story, or make our success story rather, look like someone else's story. So you're probably saying the Elon Musk story. You like what he did. You want your own story to now be like that. Your story is your story. Your purpose is your purpose. Your vision is your vision. If God has placed something in your heart, if God has given you a purpose, if God has given you a vision, if God has given you an idea, if God has given you a dream, it's because He's curated you. He's created you. He's giving you everything you need to actually fulfill that purpose, to bring that idea to life, to bring that vision to reality. He's put it in you. Take the Virgin Mary story, for instance. Mary's purpose was to become the mother of Jesus. From her conception, she was kept sinless and holy because God wanted her to be a vessel. She can't now be saying, no, I want my story to be like Elizabeth, or to be like Hannah, or to be like any other woman in the Bible. Her story was uniquely her story. And if you look at every other person's story in the Bible, their story was uniquely their story. So focus on your own journey. That brings me to my next reference point, your why. Understanding your why. If you know the reason you decided to start out something, to do something, how strong your why is going to keep you, is going to propel you to your next stage. Your why is what is going to help you survive your crawling phase and take you to your walking phase and keep you till you get to your running phase. Your why is what keeps you afloat even when everything else is sinking. Your why is what gives you the determination, the motivation to keep going even when it feels the hardest. If you don't have a strong why, you will easily give up. If your why is wrong, you will easily give up. If your why is centered on another person's story and not your own unique journey, you would give up. If you have a misplaced why, you would give up when things get tough, because things will be tough. See, that is it. There is no taking that one out. Things will get tough and eventually get better. But your why will help you survive the toughest moments. Your why will see you to the end. So it's very important that you understand your why. Don't do things because people are doing it. Don't do things because all your friend is doing it. Don't do things because, well, it's trending right now. Don't start up a business because everyone is starting a business. That is not a valid why. You start out something because it's your purpose, right? You start out something because you have a clear vision. You start out something because you have a solution to a problem. You understand? Your whys have to be solid. For instance, if I find the cure for cancer and I want to manufacture a drug, my why is because I want to manufacture a drug for cancer. Will it be easy? No. I will need to get investors. I will need to get regulatory certifications. I will need to get go ahead from so many people. I will need to do trials, and it might be failing, recurring trials, so many things. But if I know, because I know that I can actually find a solution, it keeps me going. If I decide to start up a weight loss journey, the doctors have said I've had to lose 100 kg to stay within a healthy parameter. Going to the gym will be difficult. Going for jogs in the morning will be difficult. Eating clean and healthy will be difficult. But will I survive? Yes, because my why is greater. I understand my why I am doing this. As just opposed to someone who just wants to dress up and go to the gym. If I go to the gym 2 days and I'm tired, I can just say, oh well, I don't need to lose any weight, so I'm fine. I could easily just give up or drop that venture. So you have to have a resounding way. You have to understand your why, so that even when your crawling phase is taking longer than usual, you know you can still push to the end. And I know it can be difficult, trust me, because I've gone through crawling phases that stayed the longest, and I'm like, when am I going to start working? When am I going to leave here? When am I going to grow? Eventually I did. Right? And so you get to it, and it's beautiful when you start working and then you start running. So don't give up. So even if your crawling phase feels like it's super hard at the moment, know your why and keep going. Do you know the reason I enjoy watching people's transformation videos on Instagram? It's because it gives me a sense of encouragement. I see someone say, oh, I started January 2022 and January 2024, they've lost weight. They're a whole different person. And I'm like, damn, they did that. They were focused on their journey, their why, and they did it. So I love videos like that. Or when you watch gymnasts or athletes, and even when it was hard, they had an injury, but they knew that is their vision. They know their dream. They know what they were chasing. They bounce back because their why is strong. They, against all odds, bounce back. They know their why, and they kept chasing, they kept pushing even when it was hard. But if you don't have a why, it's easy to just give up. It's easy to say, oh, this phase is it's too hard, I just can't do it. It's easy to say, I'm not in the mood. Because that is my slogan sometimes. I'll be like, I'm not in the mood for this thing. But the things that you truly value, the things that are dear to you, the things that will help your journey, you will always be in the mood for, if you understand your why. Even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, because the why is so strong, you'll do it. So I just want to encourage someone today. If you feel like you're in your crawling phase where things are hard, you're not getting the glam, people you started out with, they're already in their running phase, they're already doing so well, you will get there. If there's one thing I know for sure, is God shows up in ways that are beyond our comprehension. Especially when you feel like you're taking longer in a particular phase, God is working behind the scenes to manifest His glory. And when He does, it's going to blind the world. Because it's not going to be you. You will tell that success story and know that it can only be God. But you've got to stay focused, you've got to stay determined, you've got to stay grinding, you've got to hold on to the why and keep pushing. So thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. I hope you've taken something valuable. I would love to know in the comment section what's the most powerful thing you've taken out of today's session. And if you've not hit the subscribe button, kindly do that. Turn on your notification, and I will see you next week. And I hope this gives you something to think about. And as you go into the week, I want you to go in stronger. I want you to hold on to your why. And even if things seem so tough right now, your crawling phase is so hard, I want you to know that very soon, if you keep holding on to your why so strongly, you will start walking, and before you know it, you are running. Always remember, Stacia is written for you. See you next time, Viber. Cheers.